Uh, well, I got out of Walter Reed last May, and I started the program in June and stuff. And since I've been in the program, I'm more outgoing. I sort of got a piece of me back rather than being sheltered, like living in a box, afraid to be out in public. Debbie's helped me through the horses, or with the horses, by helping me be able to be around people, have people walk behind me, being more open, like talking about stuff that's happened to me over there, helping me get my what's that called, your public life back, and the program's great. And now I'm a volunteer for the morning classes for the beginners, and I'm helping another kid with a traumatic brain injury, sort of like myself, helping him recover and put trust in people again and into leadership. But the program, I've seen the program work with so far like 50-some soldiers now, and all our stories are the same. How we were really sheltered, we weren't trusting people, to now being able to trust people and go out and actually laugh, joke, and have fun. So yeah, I owe it all to RTR.
And what could you share with us today about Rainier Therapeutic, or about your experiences here with the soldiers, or any of that stuff?
Well, I actually started with the program as a volunteer a couple months ago, and I was working just kind of here and at Debbie's ranch, cleaning stalls, whatever needed to be done. And I'm a veteran, and I talked to her and said, how can I get into this program, because I've been dealing with this for 10 years and with no kind of any help whatsoever. So I've been working with her, and she kind of said, well, come in and work with the program, just kind of be around it, get to know what's going on, and then you can start riding in January. So I started just now. This is my second session actually being in the program, and it's helping a lot, actually. And
yeah?
it's a safe place, and a safe place to come and to just be, whoever had a major meltdown today in class, and they were just totally fine with that, and that's not normal out in the world. You don't get to be breaking down in the middle of work, or not being yourself. So it's nice to come here and have that, and then be okay with it. And plus, I love horses, so that was good too.
The horses it's like they can read you, and they sense when someone is having a bad day, and it's mellowing, it's relaxing to be around them, and they're standing there, and they've got their own personalities when they're interacting with you, and some of them are hard-headed like people, and some of them are mellow. So it's a lot of fun. It's just interesting to see how they interact with the folks, and how we interact in return.
Yeah, wow.
And we grow. And the program is basically helping the soldiers develop themselves physically as well as psychologically, and that's what it's doing. It's doing a great thing.
We talked with veterans who had been in programs elsewhere in the country that told us their programs had literally saved their lives. And that's why we're doing this program, is because soldiers say that is so darn important to them and their recovery from their battle wounds.
My soldier, my hero. And this soldier, I won't tell his name, I'll call him Ricardo. His wife came with him every time. She was his lifeline. He's a soldier that had a gun in his mouth at one point, but he didn't do it because he couldn't abide the idea of having his wife find him. When he first came, the first week, the sessions are 8 weeks, the beginning class, he never talked to anyone. He looked very anxious, always looking down. At break time, he never spoke to anyone. He'd come outside or go off by himself. The 5th week, the 4 weeks, it's all groundwork. You have to train the horse that you're the boss. Otherwise, they think they're the boss. The 5th week was the first time he was on his horse. And he came around the corner of the arena, and his wife and I were standing there. And he had the biggest grin on his face. And it just touched my heart, because this was another lifeline. Another lifeline. the following week when he came in and he was just really anxious to go see his horse. That day he came out and talked to Bob, one of the co-founders. Actually talked to him at break time. The last day, he went out and he and his wife went out and got their dog, another Lifeline, brought the dog in. They were standing in the lobby here, and they were talking, and there were volunteers all around. And he looked happy, not frightened and anxious. And then Debbie, the co-founder, one of them, she came up and she said, "I am so glad to have you in my class." And he walked up and gave her a hug. And it was just an amazing transformation.
And everyone wants to say, "Here, take these pills and this will fix you and you'll be fine." And it didn't work for me. And I tried and tried and tried, and I was still having anxiety and panic attacks and, passing out. I was getting to the point where I was passing out from having anxiety so bad, and no one was helping me. And I got discharged like that because they couldn't figure me out. So they just discharged me, and I had to come home and figure life out. And thank God I have a family support and, people that love me, or else I would have not made it. Yep. And then I found this program, and Debbie has just been amazing to help me through everything in my life, not just being here. I mean, her job doesn't stop on Mondays when the time is up. She lets me call her all week long. She lets me come out to her house or, come and sit with her and have coffee or whatever I need to do. And that's the kind of people that we need. We don't need more drugs. Drugs are not going to fix this problem. It doesn't work. So
I know it's only been 2 weeks you've been in the program?
I've been in this program 2 weeks. I've been dealing with this for 10 years.